Welcome back to our channel, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for granting us your support to this channel. Now, there is a lot of propaganda that is going around ahead of 2027, especially against the opposition. The government is working day and night to ensure that they discredit this opposition. Just a few days ago, there was this publication from the Star that Gachagua is looking to Kalonzo for president, Natembeya for deputy president, and Matiang'i for prime minister. And in that publication, it was alleged that Gachagua had demanded for a 50% of the government that they will form as the united opposition. And people are wondering, really, is that really normal that one person wants a half of the government, then leaves the other half to be shared among the other co-partners? Now, Gachagua dismissed that publication as the role of the NIS. And he was saying that it is the NIS that is propagating such propaganda. Now, William Ruto rushed to criticize that kind of arrangement. And he was saying that it is not time to start arranging, how to share positions. Rather, we should work for the people of Kenya. And Miguna also rushed to criticize such kind of an arrangement. Miguna realized that this was propaganda and he apologized. So I want us to look at that apology. But William Ruto rushed into it.
Wale majamaa wengine hawana mpango yoyote. Kazi yao ni ukabila na chuki. Akili yao inaishia kwa kugawanya shares ya serikali. Ati mnasikia ati wanaume 5 wanaenda kuketi chini, ati wanagawa serikali ya Kenya, ati wewe chukua 50%, wewe chukua 10%, wewe chukua 20%. Mimi nataka niwaambie wale, serikali si yenu bwana. Serikali ni hawa wananchi wote, hawa ndio wenye serikali. Waacheni akili ndogo. Ama namna gani? Kwani serikali si ni yetu sisi zote? Ati wanaume 3 wameenda kuketi chini sijui kwa kona, ati wanagawana. Mimi nataka niwaulize wale majamaa, mpango yoyote hawana.
Speaking today, Rigathi Gachagua dismissed Ruto's criticism. And he told William Ruto that we are not gathering to share positions, rather to plan on how you can vacate office, because you are the author and the finisher of the problems that bedevil our country, from abductions, torture, corruption, you can name it.
Nimeona huyu Kasongo jana akilia, akisema ya kwamba ati kuna wanaume 5 wanakutana ati kugawa serikali. Huyu Kasongo hana habari, amechanganyikiwa. Unajua tangu alienda pale Kisumu, pale Bondo kulia machozi ya uongo, akisema atanalia mambo ya Raila. Kalonzo akaenda pale, Mama Aida na wote familia wakasema wanatabua Kalonzo. Huyu Kasongo amechanganyikiwa. Sasa wewe bwana Kidinji, listen here. Wewe una habari? Hao wanaume 5 wanakutana na mama moja. Hakuna serikali wanagawa, wanapanga vile utaenda nyumbani. Hiyo ndio kazi iko mbele. Na hakuna mtu nagawa serikali. Tumeambiwa na watu ya Kenya, kazi yetu ya kwanza ni kupeleka Kasongo nyumbani. Mambo ya serikali tutaongea baadaye. Hiyo ni propaganda ile umezoea kwa magazeti, ile unalipa ati kuna watu wanakutana kugawa serikali. Wakenya wametuambia tushikane, kwa sababu umeharibu Kenya kila kitu. Watoto umeua. Wale wengine umesema wapigwe risasi, muuu. Masomo ililetwa na Kibaki, umeharibu. Matibabu ililetwa na Uhuru, umeharibu. Biashara imekwama. Mashamba ya watu maskini umechukua. Wakenya wanatuambia tukusafirishe uende nyumbani. Kwa hivyo ukiona hiyo wanaume 5 na mama moja wakikutana, wanatafuta mtu moja ya kupeleka wewe nyumbani. Mambo ya serikali tutaongea baadaye.
Now, it didn't end there. Miguna, who had earlier delved into this conversation without fact-checking whether this was a propaganda or fact, had the humility to apologize to Rigathi Gachagua, and very quickly, this is what Miguna said. This is to sincerely apologize to Mr. Rigathi Gachagua for sharing what appears to be a fake screenshot of what he purportedly said about a 50-50 power sharing arrangement with Kalonzo Musyoka. As a man of integrity who is committed to the transformation of Kenya from a rotten society governed by lies, graft, thuggery, and ethnic chauvinism to a merit-based society, I don't subscribe to the politics of lies, distortion, and empty propaganda. Whereas we strongly disagree with Rigathi's documented politics of tribal jingoism, we abhor the manufacture and dissemination of false statements by tyrant William Samoei Ruto's propaganda machine to sow unnecessary seeds of confusion and division. The People's Patriotic Coalition remains focused on the struggle for liberation with facts, truth, revolutionary river, and transformative programs. I think it takes a big heart to apologize. Miguna just realized that Kenya is full of propaganda, and he was apologetic for rushing to comment on something that he really didn't fact check. Ladies and gentlemen, from the way William Ruto was talking, criticizing this, I'm tempted to believe that the executive, the deep state, and the NIS were part and parcel of all this propaganda because it was not proven. Now, in this video, allow me to try and look at why exactly is the government hell-bent on trying to paint a picture of this kind of mess. I call it a mess because there is no way one person, one leader can demand to share a half of the government. That kind of an arrangement has never been seen before. Now, number one, this was meant to paint Rigathi Gachagua as a selfish leader. And they are taking it from what Rigathi used to say, that he was fighting for shares, that whoever did not vote for William Ruto for the UDA government in 2022 were not shareholders. But Rigathi has since explained, and Rigathi has told us that when they got into an arrangement, the pre-election arrangement, there was a proper arrangement how they were going to share positions based on shares. That is why Amason Kingi is the Speaker of the Senate, Wetangula is the Speaker of the National Assembly, and Musalia Mudavadi is the Chief Minister. It was based on an arrangement on shareholding. We've seen people like the ODM leader, Oburu Odinga, says that they just want to take their shares. So today leaders have confirmed that indeed people share positions, people share the national cake based on the arrangement that they have. Even for William Ruto, they shared positions even with Kithure Kindiki and all the other leaders. So they wanted to paint Rigathi Gachagua as a selfish leader. But we all know that if Rigathi is selfish, then all the leaders are selfish, including William Samoei Ruto. When they got into a handshake with Raila Amolo Odinga, he gave Raila some positions, some ministerial positions. That is why we have Joho in the maritime and blue economy. We have Oparanya, Opio and even John Mbadi. So Rigathi has been vindicated. Number two, they just wanted to paint a picture of a man who loves shares. But as we have said, every government works on a shareholding agreement. They also wanted to paint Rigathi Gachagua as a man who is controlling that coalition. You know, in a well-organized coalition, they are supposed to be equal partners. But the person who was propagating all this wanted Rigathi Gachagua to look like he's the one who is controlling that group, so that even if they decide that Kalonzo Musyoka is gonna be the flag bearer, being flagged or deputized by Natembeya or whoever they pick, then they would have this propaganda that Rigathi will be hiding behind these people and he will be the one who will be controlling even the president. You remember the propaganda that was choreographed in 2022 that Uhuru Kenyatta was hiding behind Raila Amolo Odinga to go and rule the country beyond his term. That is exactly what they want to do, that it is Rigathi Gachagua who will be the president behind the scenes. He will be pulling the strings. He will be dictating what is happening in the country.